idea emerged out of boredom. I was designing clothes and I felt deadlocked, and I felt that I could do something better with my life. And I was just extremely bored, so I thought I'd do a small cafe. And this is in Shapurjat. I had my store there, so I took a small space from my landlord, and I thought I'll do a really small 200 square feet space just to get out of the monotony of the thought of Bihari. Serving what my mom cooks came much later when my friend said, let's serve what your mom cooks. I said, but what will I ever call it? I can't call it Bihari food. Who will come 4 floors up to eat something that has been a laughing subject? But then we thought the name can be more contemporary and fun. It doesn't have to be, Magad or XYZ things. And we can make a more casual cafe feel, which is appealing, which will have mass appeal, and try to serve the food that my mom cooks, which is as authentic as Bihari food is. So we started doing that. We had a very small menu, and that's how the journey began. I had no technical knowledge about running a restaurant or the F&B industry. I simply wanted to serve good food from a kitchen which was not even fully commercial. So how easy it is to open a restaurant. You have the money, you get a few people together, you open the restaurant, you have expertise available, you have like consultants, chefs, everything. But keep not getting bored of what you're doing and being at it, and not thinking of, okay, now I've opened one, let me open another 5. Really establishing yourself well, laying a very, very strong foundation with that one outlet. And really, so when I started Potbelly, I didn't know the recipes. I didn't know how to cook. My mom taught me everything. I tried to cook everything on the menu, and I can cook everything on the menu, So I took down the recipes, I cooked them, and I studied everything. So now the tips are that I was just, in fact, for Shamla also, I was writing, I was like, your product has to be strong. It somewhat has to have a mass appeal while having its own USP. Then keeping it consistent, keeping the quality of food and service consistent. Also, like social media marketing and constantly interacting with your patrons is important for them to have a recall, to create that recall value, because people are spoiled for choice. People have so many places to go to, so that part is important. Then keeping your operational costs and variable costs low without compromising on the quality of the product is very important, because it's very tough to make money in this business. F&B business is just not easy. It's like you have to maintain this. So I was just thinking about the same thing, that have we got the due that we rightfully deserve? We've been around for 15 years and our customer base has only grown. We have got more and more appreciation. No one has come and said that, at least I haven't heard that, this used to taste better earlier. In fact, people have said this tastes even better. But, having said that, I feel that you have to have the knowledge about the regional food. So even if there are people doing regional food, have they grown up in that culture? Have they really grown up eating that food? That is important. And if you have grown up eating that food, you will be able to really talk about it and serve exactly what is authentic to your state. But you can't think of doing fusion and call it something. So I don't know if people come here, I don't think everyone knows about Bihari food, but when they eat the food, they feel it's authentic, because it genuinely is. Now, I don't know, I think a lot of hard work needs to go into building state cuisines, and you can never sit on your laurels and think that you've done it all. I was making I was doing some recipes for an immersive table. Like, I want to host a table of 15-20 people, and I want to serve things that I haven't put on the menu. And I want to talk about the culture, and I want to talk about what shapes the cuisine of a state. And I was thinking, who am I going to talk to? While I'm writing all this, I'm also thinking, now, how do I do my research? How do I go back home and talk to the people I know? who know about this and make copious notes and think about it and then come up with. So if people are ready to do this kind of diligent work, then it will get its due automatically.
Okay.
But if it's half baked and fusion, if you're making regional, for calling it regional but serving fusion, it's not going to. I mean, we also have some stuff on the menu which is just fun, but it's a very wide menu and most of it is authentic. So keeping on the menu has a little story, you know, like for me khada masala mutton has a story. It is in fact we recorded it the other day for my social media, for my Insta, and it reminds me of my dad. He loves his mutton, so khada masala mutton was cooked every day in our home. And how he would personally source it. It reminds me of my mom, you know, cooking it and every now and then going and stirring it. And then there are lots of other things that like chini ka puri we have on the menu as a dessert. My dadi would make it, like one puri paratha she would make for 15 minutes on the mud stove. She had the chula. So those are the memories I have. So a lot of the dishes, like I have masala jinga, is one of my favorite, the dry masala jinga, and I could just keep eating it. It's so spicy, I would eat it with fulkas. Oh my god. So everything has a story.
I'm sure these stories and nostalgia that makes the food much more
yes,
delicious.
yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank
the time.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.